my gosh, Mama Snark, you will never believe this. I have solved not only Drew's attempted murder, but the murder of Austin Gatlin Holt and the murder of Jagger Cates. I'll tell you all about it after the intro. Hey everybody, I lied. Well, we know who killed Cates. He'll never be brought to justice. We still don't know Gatlin Holt, and we still don't know Drew. And I got into it with somebody this week online because I said, it's a murder mystery. And they're like, well, no, he didn't die. It's like, it's still a murder mystery.
Because someone tried to murder him.
Yeah, right. The elements, what defines a murder mystery is somebody attempts to murder someone, whether they succeed or not is another deal. But that's what a murder mystery is. Who done it, even though the victim is still alive. Anyway, welcome to this week's General Hospital Snarkcast. We're in season 2 now. Can you believe it? And this is episode 12, or if you're a purist and just counting up, this is episode 52. How you doing, Mama Snark?
I'm good this morning. We had an interesting week in Port Charles. Because I know what's coming here, I kind of spent some time this morning looking through the pictures that we've posted in the last week and thinking about who my character of the week is or which plot lines I want to talk about. And I have to say, we got a whole lot going on, David.
I want to start with, well, not a theory, but just put something out there that you may not have thought of. Here's my thesis for today.
Okay, topic sentence.
Willow is the new Sasha.
Did you see how I just deflated?
But, well, here's the caveat to that. We felt bad for Sasha. I'm delighting in everything bad that happens to Willow.
It's
the
terrible.
Whole thing on Monday. She's like constantly dissing Nina and going at her. And then to watch her get betrayed like that was so satisfying. So it's kind of like Willow is not quite become an evil character. So she's sort of in that gray area, but I delight in every time there's a downfall for her, as I do with her.
I do too, and I want to say this does not reflect well on me. Because obviously, this young woman has some very severe mental issues and unresolved trauma and all the things we could talk about. Nevertheless, the schadenfreude is a beautiful thing.
Well. And of course, it is fiction, so we can make light of this. We would not be making light of this if this were a real person in real life. But,
no.
Here's the thing with Sasha. We cared about Sasha. Sasha was a good person. Mm-hmm. Willow was always kind of janky in my book.
Janky. Yep. There you go. Hinky. Yep. She's just a hot mess on so many levels. And are we going to talk about Chase and Chase losing his ever-loving Willow mind? Because this is bugging me more than it should. I mean, here were two incredibly hot men, half naked in a sauna. Could I appreciate it? No, I could not, because Chase was being such a dork. Oh my gosh.
Such a whiner.
Such a whiner.
Yeah, I don't know why they were where is that sauna anyway? Is that at Valvino's gym?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Because to me, it's like the sauna, that sauna is like the equivalent of the ladies' room for men.
Yeah.
Where just random characters meet up.
Am I remembering correctly? Didn't Jordan have a sauna moment as well?
Jordan got locked in there with,
Curtis? Isaiah? Isaiah.
I don't know.
One of the people that Jordan does not have a relationship with because Jordan cannot have nice things.
Jordan being lectured by Trina.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad they keep Jordan smart though. Didn't take her long to figure out Portia's pregnant. But Portia just has the way the character's written, and no offense to Brooke Kerr.
Oh no, this is not about her.
Portia gets icky really fast.
Really fast.
When she's trapped or she's angry or she doesn't like something. And I'm not real keen on Isaiah making googly eyes and all these plans with a married woman. Come to my cabin.
The only thing for me that would work is if we actually got to see the interior of the cabin, because we're all interested about that.
I think, did he mention a hot tub? I don't know. It sounds like it.
I hope so.
It sounds like an R&B song, turn out the lights, we'll light a candle. In the hot tub. Yeah, I mean, the way, it sounds very romantic. Wait, what, is that really their relationship?
Okay, I would like to add to your topic sentence about Willow being the new Sasha.
Okay.
Portia is the new Willow because she's crackers, right? Let's just focus in on that very short conversation she had with Isaiah about going to the cabin. Isaiah, do you want to go to the cabin? Portia, no. Are you sure you don't want to go to the cabin? No. Really, really, really? Oh, wait. Yeah, I do. I do want to go to the cabin. Never mind that I was just throwing up in my closet 3 minutes ago, but what is going on?
And supposedly, on a typical soap opera, Portia getting pregnant would be perfect because she can keep her man.
She doesn't want her man.
She doesn't want Jordan to have her man either. It's like throwing up the chessboard and saying, I don't want to play anymore, and now you can't play the game.
And nobody gets to play.
Right.
Everybody has to go home. Yeah.
I'm taking my toys with me.
Portia, to me, is so incredibly unstable. And because it hasn't really been leaned into the way Willow's craziness has, right? So we don't get to say, poor Portia, she's really a hot mess. She has some serious problems. Instead, our reaction is just what you said. She's annoying. She drives us nuts, and she gets icky really fast.
Yeah. Just Lisa Niles her already.
Yeah,
and I would appreciate that so much more. It's
stop. I've got it. Stop trying to make Portia a romantic lead and lean into really she's an evil witch in some regards because of she has no morals or scruples. Let's face it. It's a miracle that she let Drew live on the operating table. Right. It's a miracle. That could have ended the whole thing right there, but no.
But she's a doctor and she follows her ethics, including
stealing records and
falsifying a test. Yeah,
exactly.
Again, I just think it's an instance of the writers don't know how to write her.
No, they can't figure out who she is. We see this absolutely gorgeous woman. We've already set her up to be smart enough to be a doctor and accomplished enough as a physician to be a co-chief of staff of the hospital, right? Those are all huge pluses.
Right.
But they keep writing her personality to be really weird and nasty and creepy.
Well, that's like not when she first came on, but when Trina was first dating Spencer. And we thought, oh, here we're going to go. And this is ironic because here's Mama Snark and I talking about these soap tropes. And these instances, we want them to follow the tropes.
Yeah.
I thought Portia was going to be the scheming, keep them apart mom. She was that for like maybe 2 days. Mm-hmm. And then she was just sort of like resigned to it. I'm like, oh, how interesting is that? Not. I want Jordan to find out Portia's hooking up with Isaiah and out her to Curtis.
Yeah, I think that's eventually what will happen, but it's going to take a hot minute.
Comeuppance. So let's move on.
Yes, please.
To the Mad Hatter Tea Party.
Oh,
what were your thoughts on that?
That was insane. Well, you saw the way I captured it on the page by having Frank saying, we need everyone in the cast in this scene. And I am guessing that Martin was responsible for whatever was in Ronnie's teacup. Tracy and Ronnie going at it. And this whole thing. I mean, the Ronnie storyline is bothering both of us, right? It's a stupid storyline. We hate it. I love seeing Erika on my screen. I love her. I don't care that this is a stupid storyline. She's here in my living room and it makes me happy.
Yeah. And I think you're in the majority on that.
Yeah. But it's a stupid story and it's not getting any better. I mean, when she asked Cody yesterday when he opened the door, are you a dancer? Are you a singing telegram? She didn't say that, but it was kind of the same thing. It was a funny throwaway line, but it was cute. And so I'm enjoying that.
Easter egg being, she's referring to Clint Buchanan. I love cowboys, one life to live. So ha 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 ha. But no, the thing about the tea party, and I bring this up in tonight's recap, I have the clips. I'm looking at this whole how they're using Erika Slezak on the show. There's no originality in this.
No.
But I'm also looking at it now so they're basically taking Vicky circa 2007 when she gave up everything and went to Paris, Texas, and became a waitress at a Greasy Spoon. So they're taking that Vicky personality, that incarnation of Vicky, and they're mixing it now with her alters.
Yeah.
So when she was drugged, she's a little bit Nikki Smith. Now she's a little bit Tommy. That was one of the other alters. I don't know if you were watching.
Oh, there were so many.
And,
such a collection.
I'm looking at the clips and just reaffirming, yep, nope, she was doing Tommy there. Yep. I don't know if that's what they wanted out of her, but that's what they're getting. That's what we're getting. She bugged me less this week.
Yeah.
Although I was still kind of bored because all I'm doing is sitting there thinking, well, it was easy to tape all her scenes because she's only been in 3 locations. At Bobby's, in the Quartermaine living room, and at the crypt. We've not seen her anywhere else. And the little brief scene with Sonny in front of the wall of Departed.
Oh, yeah, at the hospital.
Yeah, so 4 sets. So it was probably... So no wonder she was in and out. They just probably went bang, 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 all the Quartermaine living room scenes, bang, 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 all the Bobby scenes, all the... So,
well, and we don't know how long she's going to be. I mean, we know she's done taping and she got in and out, but we also know that the way they tape things, she could be on for 3 months.
Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying. These people are thinking it's such a short time, but they're spreading it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like last week, I think she was only on 1 day. This week, obviously, she was more prominent because, the tea party that Brooklyn was planning, which happened the same day.
Don't do that. Don't do the calendar. We can't.
And she was inviting. See, when she was saying I'm inviting Port Charles society, I'm thinking of old Port Charles. I'm thinking of Amanda Barrington is going to be there. Elegant
Barrington.
Yes, that Port Charles society, not just random. Auntie Stella and Portia and I don't know. I don't know what I expect of this show.
Well, it was a great opportunity for Frank to get everyone who had some extra time on their contract to show up at work and be in the scene. It's like, okay, Stella, you got about 4 hours left on us. Yeah, you need to be there. I don't even know who you are, but come on in. We're going to.
Right. But what I don't get is why are they writing all the Quartermaines but Tracy so out of character?
Yeah, I know.
Nobody else is suspicious of her. Everybody just accepts her as is. I mean, they should all know by now. Do a little research.
Tracy's point, there's only one point that anyone needs to make, and that is, this is not what Monica would have done. End of story. And everyone in that house should be saying the same thing. I can't believe that Michael went up to her and said, well, I guess you get the house now, and I'm not going to contest it. And like, Michael, what's your problem? You've been raised knowing you were going to get that house.
Yeah.
I
the
agree
only
with
two
you.
logical choices to get that house, and I think Soap Opera Digest did a poll, are Michael and Tracy.
Yeah.
Or Tracy. And maybe Jason on the outside of that.
Yeah, maybe Jason on the outside. Right, absolutely. And I agree with you. That is a really good point, David. Why the hecky darn isn't every other Quartermaine scratching their head and going, what the heck's going on?
If somebody showed up at a will reading in my family that I never met, never heard of, and they inherited the biggest part of the estate.
Right.
I think I'd be a tad suspicious. This sort of boxing Tracy out because she has suspicions is just... And for Olivia to say, I don't even want you at the Metro Court.
Oh, that was so... I mean, yes, we know Olivia can be really hyperbolic, right? But that was cruel. That was cruel.
Why does Charlotte hate Tracy? She was really just
I think...
Get away.
Okay, I do have a theory.
Okay.
Charlotte, now that they've recast her and she's in the 15, 16, 17-year-old age, we don't know. I don't know how old she's supposed to be. They're writing her as a really yucky teenager. That's the point. I mean, and if you think about it, think about her. She shot, she did the whole thing with Anna, and Charlotte has a creepy streak. Let's just face it. And so I think mostly her reaction to Tracy was just, why is this old woman in my living room, and why is she going to share a bathroom with me? I mean, I think that was mostly the response.
Okay. I'll take that. I do like having Rocco and Charlotte on more regularly.
And see their developing siblingship.
Yeah. Okay, let's quick talk about the Emmy Awards. What did you think about our winners? And you know where I'm going with this one.
Well,
absolutely.
I did not see Mr. Greasy-haired Cabin in the Woods winning over one of the greatest characters General Hospital's ever had. But hey, who am
I? I really want to see his reel. Like, what dramatic material did he have that could...
Seriously, what did they have him play cards? Did they have him looking angsty at Liz? I mean, what? There was Lucky's whole time on General Hospital. Nothing happened.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, so what would you put in your reel? I mean, like, no offense to anyone, but I really would have thought Gregory Harrison.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because he just did such a wonderful job. He's a very classy actor. He just imbued his character with so much grace. And I mean, for the amount of time he was on that show, I was upset when they killed him off that quickly.
Same. And his lovely relationship with Tracy. And yeah, that was a bad move on their part.
Yeah.
However, giving it to Allie Mills, I'm 100% in favor of that. When they recast Heather with Allie, I know people were like, wait, this isn't the Robin Mattson, Heather, and all this. But Allie Mills brought that crazy with comedy undertones. And I loved it. She was nuts. Just the way they would do her hair.
I don't know Allie Mills' process as an actress, if she went back and researched all the other Heathers. She didn't need to.
The other Heathers.
Because her Heather at this point in time, she was the perfect actor for that role at this time. I was so delighted this morning because clips are far and few. I was trying to track down, because I posted yesterday about Terry Arnett, who was Jeff and Rick Weber's sister. And there's really no clips of her. I found one this morning, which I'm going to post later on the page. But I also found another actor, who is hard to find clips of, Georgianne Lapierre, who is not only Cher's sister, she was the original Heather Weber.
Wait, she's Cher's sister in real life?
In real life, she is Cher's younger sister, Georgianne Lapierre. And she was the first one to play, well, back then, Heather Grant. And she played it all through the marriage to Jeff, I think up to the pregnancy of Stephen Lars. And then she left the show. She was only on for about a year. She left the show, and the name of the actress who replaced her escapes me. But she played Heather for about 3 years. She wasn't terrific in the role, but they wrote the role so well that people sort of forgave sort of the monotone delivery of her. And then, of course, Robin Mattson took over and had a very, very long...
And the rest is history, as they say.
And the rest is history, as we say. So, yes, very deserving. And, of course, Nancy Lee Grahn. I didn't realize... She's only won for supporting actress in the past. So this was her first lead actress. And I have no doubt all the Sam material. I mean, but she's one of those actresses... She just comes on, and even she's just filler for a day, a body there for somebody to recap to, or she's there to recap. I always find her delightful as an actress.
She's a fantastic actor. Let's see, who are the other? So GH won for directing and writing.
Best show.
And writing. Well, there you go.
Of the 4 soaps that were up for nominations, I probably would have to say GH this year was probably overall the best written. And again, people tend to forget nobody's watching all 220 episodes they're doing per year.
Not like we do.
No, they submit 2 episodes. So there are always 2 episodes that are very good.
All right, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, this last year, although we have had our complaints, if you think about the year of the ever-changing head writers and the absolute craziness that happened that year. Do you remember? We had everyone in the show all of a sudden in like 2-week period decided to change their careers. It was like, what are you doing? That was when Joss decided to not go to medical school, and there were several other people that
Sasha became a chef. And everybody was
so dumb. Right now, I think 2025, for the most part, the writing has been some of the best we've seen in a long time.
Well, they really don't have to do much because, can you believe, folks, the 10th annual, I'm going to go out of frame, the 10th annual Snark Awards happen. And I mean, we're coming up on them soon.
2
months.
Like I'm going to say in about 8 weeks, you're going to start that in about 8 weeks.
And I've already got a lot of the picks because, earlier in the year, they were on fire. And we can actually pick a best storyline this year because even though endings of stories are murky on this show, there were some definite beginning, middle, and ends of some things, which brings me to a new feature.
Fun. What?
It's called Pikeman 2025.
Yeah.
Whereas we compare the Pikeman plotline to the current plotline of the 5 Poppies, Cold Fusion, Professor Dalton, who, when was the last time we even saw him?
We saw him half naked. He was at the Metrocourt pool. And they put the pool to bed.
The Metrocourt pool is closed for the season.
So
It's like we're already mirroring the Pikeman plotline where characters that were introduced early on have disappeared. They talk about Dalton a lot, but we've not seen Dalton in over 2 months.
Well, and now, as well as with Pikeman, we're going to throw all these other random characters into the story, which brings me to my favorite Spirit Halloween costume of the week. Carly as Valentine's new attorney with her chunky glasses and her really, really bad wig.
Well, she was my character of the week. Barbara Saunders, not Carly. Barbara Saunders was my character of the week.
I couldn't remember her name, but that was...
But, and actually people online have said, that's probably one of the better disguises on soaps, even though it feels like it's being played for comedy, and it may well be. But I think it's great that Carly and Valentine are teaming up.
It's the best.
The other thing about Barbara Saunders as my character of the week, aka Carly, is it's giving Laura Wright something different to do. And even just the scenes with Brennan this week, because we all know this as audience members, she's really biting her tongue to get through this and just pretend she's still upset over Joss dating Vaughn. So I give all the kudos to Barbara Saunders and Carly this week.
You know what's interesting about that? Something occurred to me is that with Carly being our leading lady in the show and turning against Brennan, what is that going to mean for Brennan's character? Are they going to keep him as we're going to work it out eventually and Carly and Jack will be back together? Or is this really going to lead to Brennan's destruction and irredeemability?
Well, as much as I like Chris McKenna in the role has changed. It's like all the other roles on this soap, when they stick a new actor into it, just consider it a new role.
Mm-hmm.
Old Nina is not current Nina. Old Brennan is not current Brennan. So I don't know. They're not exactly setting the world on fire with their chemistry.
And she had such chemistry with Charles Measure. I mean, Charles Measure had chemistry with the furniture, right? And again, Chris McKenna is fine. He's fine. But he doesn't have the energy of OG Jack and that hot, hot connection that he had with Carly.
He doesn't have that sense of danger. Charles Measure had that sense of danger.
Yeah, and this Jack is just a bureaucrat.
He's just a bureaucrat, and a bully, kind of.
Yeah, and a bully, right. And all right, now that we're talking about Brennan, he sits in that office and he's looking at everything, and he comes up and he talks to Nathan, and he's trying to process the whole Nathan Faison thing. And who does he call in to chat about his discoveries? Jocelyn Jacks,
I know.
Junior agent. What is she? The new Colette? I don't know.
That was going to be my next point. Speaking of Colette,
yeah,
in our little Pikeman 2025 plot, she's all disappeared. They don't seem to be worried about tracking her down anymore.
No.
Yeah. Did you see that interview with Elizabeth Corte and Chris Vonnet? And
I haven't gotten to that. It's on my weekend plans.
Ooh. They just do not represent writers well.
Oh, shoot.
First of all, they can't articulate anything about their show. That's a little scary.
Well, they're writers. You and I are unusual writers in that we also know how to talk.
Well, we're performers too. They're not performers too. Yeah. But no, I mean, Ron Carlivati, when you see him in an interview, just like when you would see Agnes Nixon
very well
in an interview, they're very well spoken. They're very personable. They can articulate what they're trying to do on a soap. They have underlying ideas about characters and where they're going. We want to see this side of the character. Liz and Chris are just like giddy teenagers who got the keys to the candy store. Well, so they're like, and again, not to take away from Elizabeth Corte, and she has improved the show tremendously, but she should not have Chris as her co-writer, because all Chris knows how to do is retcon characters and make them related to everybody. That's his favorite thing to do.
He's the puzzle guy. They have a problem. Call Chris. How are we going to retcon this, Chris? No problem. We'll make Sonny his great uncle and then move this guy.
Right. Brooklyn's younger? Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, wait, Brooklyn's never met Cody before? Oh, wait, that doesn't matter. This is the story. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. The great Oz, the great Chris Van Etten has spoken. And we just have to go with it. And it's just such a slam to fans who've watched this. I've watched this on screen years ago. Michael Malone, who was a novelist before he became the head writer of One Life to Live, he was responsible for the renaissance that show had in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Patrick Thornhart, Marty Saybrook, all those, Nora Buchanan, all those great characters. He came up with them. He also came up with Luna Moody, but we'll forgive him for that because he's a Southern writer and he wanted one Southern character, and then he expanded her family. But that's neither here nor there. Now, we know Victor Lord came back from the dead 27 million times. But the first time Victor Lord died, 1975, the actual death was off screen. But the way it was set up, it looked like Dorian killed him. Now, Michael Malone took that little tidbit and ran with it. And when he decided to reintroduce Vicky's alters and really do a deep dive into, and that's when all the other alters, we found out about Gene Randolph and Tommy and Princess. He reworked the story, retconned the story to make it that one of Vicky's alters killed Victor Lord. And you could buy it because, again, we did not see that on screen. It was never proven that Dorian did or did not kill Victor Lord. And so that retcon worked because it fit into the history.
Well, yeah, that, and I think a good writer knows how to massage their way out of a problem like that, right? I mean, we all do it. The problem that the General Hospital has is these retcons sound like they came out of an...
Anyway, so other than your Spirit Halloween pick, do you have a character of the week?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ronnie. And I'll tell you why. We saw the range this week. We saw, as you said, every alter, every personality, every nuance was captured this week. It was a little like putting in an old VCR tape that you made of your grandparents back in the day, and you get to sit there and go, oh, I remember how cute they were. And that's kind of where it is with Erika. Now, that being said, she did a great job because there aren't many who can do that range, especially in 1 week. So I wanted to give her the appropriate shout out. We've been talking around Erika and how she makes us feel, but I think this week that character really got to show off her range.
No, I would agree with that. I mean, even though I think the entire plot is janky.
Oh, yeah.
It was very comforting to see her pull out her tricks this week and put them on display. And, I mean, what I really love is just the whole, and they're taking full advantage of this, the whole putting her up against Tracy.
That was brilliant.
All their back and forth.
Yeah. And that's part of why I chose her, because we got to see these two incredible, mature, legendary actresses go at each other. And it was brilliant.
They're both, I think, within a year of each other.
Yeah, they're great.
In age. So, yeah. It's like watching a master class as well.
Absolutely. I mean, and I will say this, as much of range as we saw with Ronnie, we also saw that same range with Tracy this week. Yeah. We saw her go from the bully to the, oh my gosh, what have I done? And I can't believe you threw me out and I have to sleep on this really uncomfortable couch now.
I mean, unrealistic, but I know they did that for comic effect.
Yeah, it's all good.
So let's talk rumors. Any fun rumors out there?
My favorite one is that ABC and Hulu have stopped showing General Hospital.
No! Yeah. How are we ever going to snark?
I don't know, but... And then my second favorite one is Ronnie's lies are exposed and her boss shows up. Who is Ronnie's boss? Why does everyone need a boss?
Are we going to dig up Victor Lord again?
Yeah, really. What's going on here?
But for soap recommendations this week, this is a blind recommendation, although it's based on solid evidence. Tom Lisanti, who wrote the Ryan's Hope oral history book, which is just marvelous. Even if you never watched that show, and I know there are a lot of fans of GH that did watch the whole ABC lineup back in the day, it's just a good behind the scenes look at the ins and outs of a soap opera. So as much as we sometimes, poke the bear a little with GH, Mama and I have an understanding that there are a lot of factors that go in to certain things. Like, why are they having this extremely private conversation on the side hall at GH? Oh, because that sets up that day.
Yeah.
So, that's what you get when you read the Ryan's Hope book. Well, Tom has written a new book called, based on the soap opera, Texas, which lasted just a little over 2 years. It was a spinoff of Another World. Beverly McKinsey, the actress, the star of Another World, pretty much, was spun off into this series. She moved to Houston, Texas, and the show was a minor hit, but was canceled after 2.5 years. Notably, Ken Schreiner played a very big part in the show. So our Scotty Baldwin was
I remember Ken. He's here somewhere, isn't he?
He's out there somewhere. He'll come back someday. And Terry Garber, who was on GH in 1993, was also on Texas. So again, I bought the book, never really having watched Texas. I've seen clips. I probably tuned in once or twice when it was on, but I'm just fascinated by the whole backstage look at shows and how they're created, how they're run, and of course, eventually, in this case, how they're canceled.
Only 47 people actually watched Texas.
Well, and that's it.
There isn't a large audience.
Those 47 people are going to want this book because it is in the $40 range for the hardcover. But I think if you get the paperback, it's about $10 cheaper. I just ordered mine, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. So cool. How about some text messages? What's on Wicked Stepmother's mind?
She did text me. She even texted me with emojis, which I should probably put it up here when I do this.
Yeah.
First of all, we talked about the fact that cute Scarlett, what's her name, who plays Donna, will be appearing as young Galinda in the next Wicked movie. And we both are big Wicked fans. And we both thought that was very cute. And she said, so this was Wednesday again, because remember, Thursday is Mahjong. So we only get half the week.
And Friday we tape. That's why we
and Friday we tape. So he says, Carly in disguise. And I will show the emoji. It's the mustache dude with the glasses. Tracy on a couch. Ronnie stoned. What's going on in Port Chuckles?
There's a famous song called Judy in Disguise with Glasses. We can just
with diamonds. Judy in disguise with diamonds.
Is it with diamonds? I thought it was with glasses.
I think it's okay. We will post the truth of this in the edit.
We can certainly spoof that song with now Carly. And it is with glasses.
It is with glasses and a really, really bad.
That'll be our song of the week. Mm-hmm. Carly in disguise with glasses and a really bad wig.
Really bad wig. Are we there, David?
For this week, please like and subscribe everywhere you see General Hospital Snark, whether that's on X, Twitter, Substack, Facebook, YouTube. We're everywhere. Instagram. Yeah, we're everywhere. Please like and subscribe. It takes so little time and means so much to us. Also, comments, questions, we'll try to answer them here if we don't answer them already in a comment section, because we do read them.
We do.
We do. So until next week, have a snarky day.